I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And guys, if you're enjoying my videos, please share it on your social media feeds, share it with your friends and family. Help me to increase my subscriber count so that I can reach my 1,000 subscriber mark this year. Without further ado, let's check out today's video.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional. Very into his emotions, but also quite emotional.
Well done. Okay, it says, my commitment level is very high, which I express quite often. I'm never going to control you because that's not me. Okay, that's weird. I try my best to be the ideal boyfriend and future husband that you deserve. Okay, that sounds really, really intentional. Guys, as men, if you know this is the girl that you want, you need to be very intentional about your language because that keeps them secure. And I like this language. I literally put you before me because that is what you're worthy of. You know I would do anything for you and my actions of a line. That's good. I'm liking everything I'm reading. There's no other person I want in this life. I've already found you. Right? That's good. Let's keep it going.
Emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. Good. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. And but yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like something. Yeah,
I'm waiting for why she broke up with him.
And I would communicate that to him, like, oh, I like you a lot, I love you, but like something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make.
That is so bad. That's so bad. So you've got the guy hitting all your, I guess, wants, and you still saying something's missing. Let's find out what it is.
Adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy.
It's one of them ones, guys.
Everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe.
I really don't like this. I'm not bashing her, guys. I love this video. I love that she's taking accountability, and I love that she's free to talk about it and basically say, yeah, I was wrong in this. That's brilliant. But I do want some thought to be put into what happens to the guy who ends up being the one who's heartbroken by you. Yes, you changed your mind, but essentially what tends to happen is, and men do this too, don't get it twisted, when you leave him and you break his heart, the same way you entered this relationship with baggage from previous, and then that baggage is the reason why you're unable to like love properly. It's the same way he's going to go to his next relationship. Maybe he's loved you so much and he's bared it all, and the same way he's going to go to the next one and he's going to pull back. He wouldn't open his heart, basically. It's really sad. It's really sad, but some people don't think about that.
And loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I wanted like a leader in the...
Okay, guys, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what she's saying in terms of, so basically she's wrong to feel like that was wrong. And a lot of women do this a lot, where they complain about, oh, I'm the one planning this, I'm the one planning the dates, I'm the one doing this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What's important here is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? If you're good at something, do it. Because whatever you do in your relationship is for the betterment of the relationship. And if you're weak in certain things, ask your partner for help with those things. Money is one of the biggest ones that causes issues in relationships. Sometimes the woman is better with money. The man needs to be able to delegate that to the woman. I'll talk a bit more about leadership at the end of the video. Let's keep going.
The way that I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like, knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he can
so you just said what I just said though.
And whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at, but I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to
well done, girl.
So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable.
So she's basically going from relationship to relationship.
Experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you know, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest. Anyway, that Angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this.
She said Angel.
If you do see this, I hope you're doing great.
Okay, guys, this video was really good. I really can't fault her. I think she did really well articulating what happened in their relationship. But a few things I want to add to this. So the leadership thing that she mentioned is something that I talk to young people a lot about. And as I mentioned while the video was playing, one of the best attributes of leadership is delegation. A good leader knows how to delegate. One of the best ways to delegate is to give somebody who is better or capable, more capable than you in a particular task, the task that you can't do. And like I mentioned just now, guys, money is one of the best examples of this. If one of you is better with money, that person should be handling that task. If one of you is better with, I don't know, the children, because some ladies, believe it or not, are not great with children. It is what it is. Guys, you know about postpartum and that kind of stuff. Women get depressed, they get upset, they're unable to cope. And some men are just way better with children. It happens. It really does happen. And your job as a man is to be able to notice that in your wife and be like, okay, she's not great with this, and this. I can take that. And then delegate the parts of your children. Let's say you have a baby, the parts of your children that she can handle and you know she can handle it. Delegate that to her. So it could be you bath the child, she dresses the child. She feeds the child, you put the child to sleep. Delegation is one of the most important things. And in relation to this young lady, the young man did the right thing. Ladies, you tend to be really good at planning. And what that means is that you will continue to seek that ability in us. But unfortunately, you're misdirecting your energy because whatever you do in that relationship is only going to be for the betterment of your relationship. So if you end up being the good planner, plan your dates. Guys, you tend to get like these coupons and these codes and whatever, rock climbing somewhere, parachute somewhere, right? Swimming over there. Like, you guys tend to be really good at getting those type of things. Just be like, babe, I got this ticket. Can we go? It literally only goes for the betterment of your relationship. Do not have a selfish mindset. If you end up being the one, say, planning the date, or maybe deciding when next you're going to go out, or whatever it is that you believe to be the thing that he should be doing, especially if the guy is doing things, right? It's not a situation where the guy is sitting on his bum and he's doing nothing, he's not doing anything, he's not working, he's not doing whatever. He's actually doing things. There's certain things that he does that fulfills you. It's just this place here, this one thing here, he's just not doing. It is a selfish mindset to ignore all the good things that your guy is doing and just say, oh, he's not planning our dates. It's selfish. And what that gives is the whole, I should be sitting here and you should be doing this for me and doing this for me. And that's what it's giving. Don't see anything, any aspect of your relationship as something that he should be doing, you should be doing. No, see your relationship as, this is the person that I love. This is a person that I enjoy being around. I want to make them happy. That's the number one way that you need to see your relationship. And then do things for them to make them happy. The person on the other side is supposed to be doing the same. The way you will do that is not going to be the same. He brings you flowers. You may not give him flowers, right? Because you're not a flowers person, but you might buy him shoes. You might buy him a watch. Everything you do just matches up together, but it's different from your side and it's different from his side. The story of Joseph comes to mind when it comes to leadership, guys. One of the things about Joseph's story that we don't notice is how Joseph went from obviously his family home to the prison as a prisoner, and then went to Pharaoh's home as a servant. In the prison, he's a prisoner, but the prison guard or the prison officer or the prison manager noticed this guy is really good. He's got a way about him. He's good with the prisoners. Maybe he was able to manage the prisoners. He was able to get them to do things. Everywhere he goes, things were happening. Joseph, you be in charge of this. That is called leadership. The Pharaoh is the same. He did his thing, and then Pharaoh was like, there's something special about you. You're quite good in this, and this. And from what you just said to me, you've got the wisdom to do whatever it is that you've just said to me. So I'm going to put you in charge. You're only answerable to me. Joseph did not become the leader of those people. He just ended up being second to them. So he still had a manager. He still had somebody managing him. But those managers were wise enough to be like, Joseph, you are gifted, you're good at this, so you do it. That is the sign of great leadership. Another thing I wanted to mention about this video, guys, is that trauma thing. I don't think she understands the gravity of this from her side, because she's speaking from her point of view, but she doesn't understand the young man's point of view. He now possibly could become red-pilled, or you could become that young person who has been traumatized by you. You've broken his heart, and she admitted it in the video that even her parents admitted that she did him dirty. When he was in the relationship with you and he gave it his all, but it wasn't enough, when he goes to the next one, he's not going to give his all. And this is how the cycle continues. So be mindful of that, ladies and guys, as you go through relationship. I really don't believe in young people going from one guy to another, to another, to another. I don't believe in that. A lot of times we get screwed over by our feelings, right? We get the puppy love, we fall in love, and then love blinds all reasoning. Everyone can see right in front of you, this guy's not meant for you, but all reasoning gets destroyed. But that's by the by. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the trauma thing from her side, it needs to be recognized that when you make terrible decisions and then you enter relationship, those terrible decisions follow you, and then that person you enter a relationship with has to be the one to take on the brunt of that. And I don't think that's fair. I don't know what it is. And this is one of the reasons why the Bible has been very clear about how young people get into a relationship, making sure that they are pure, making sure you don't have sex before marriage. These are the reasons. And young men and women, please listen to this. It doesn't matter how much you love the person. If the person is not ready to change, if they're not ready to leave trauma behind, if that makes sense, if not ready to heal, and she's said that quite rightly, there's nothing you can do. Women, you guys tend to get into this loop where you see a bad boy and you're just like, I'm gonna change him. There's nothing you can do. The last thing that I wanted to say, again, this is no slight to her, but young ladies, be careful of this mindset that there's better out there. The grass is greener on the other side. Most women tend to do this. And that is that they get a guy who is 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. And instead of working with that, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 is amazing. Sometimes women don't get lucky. They just get 5 out of 10. Sometimes less than that. But there are young ladies who end up getting the 8 out of 10s or the 7 out of 10s. And they think to themselves, I can still do better than that. Because I've seen a lot of young female Christians who have a good guy. He's a young man. He's in the faith. He's doing his thing. He's working hard. There's nothing wrong with him. But they always like, there's more. I can do better than this. What ends up happening is that they blink and they're 30. They blink and they're 35. And then they remember that, oh, I could have just had the 8 out of 10 that I had. Do not fall for this trap. I don't know if anybody has sold you guys this dream. Marriage is not easy. It is the most beautiful thing, but it's not an easy thing to manage. It takes work. You're never going to get everything perfect. Marriage is work. You're going to go through things with your partner. Sometimes you're going to clash with your partner. Life is going to lie for the good and for the bad. Don't fall for this trap where you get the 7 out of 10, you get the 8 out of 10, and you're still not satisfied. He's only 5'9". He needs to be 6 foot. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really enjoyed this video. I think this young lady was very sincere. I hope she finds somebody in the future. I think she alluded to the fact that the young man is probably moved on already. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching my video. Remember to hit that subscribe button, guys. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Share the video with your friends and family. Help me to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'll see you guys on the next one.